Hi there. I'm so delighted to be here with you today, at least virtually, and I hope that the next time we speak at a forum or an event, we'll be in a room together again. I'm sorry that I couldn't join you in the virtual room in real time, but thank you nonetheless for the opportunity to be part of this important forum, considering the implications of COVID-19 for travellers in Roma in education 1 year on from the onset of the pandemic. I believe it's vitally important that we work together to ensure that our wider education system responds to the needs of traveller and Roma communities in Ireland. Last year's event was enormously helpful to my department as we sought to understand the impact of the pandemic on the education needs in the traveller and Roma communities. The insights gained enabled us to mitigate against the worst effects of COVID-19 on the transition to and the successful participation in further and higher education for members of the traveller and Roma communities. Working together, we managed to restructure arrangements overnight in many ways, and we managed to rethink some norms. We saw unprecedented responsiveness and commitment from students, from their families, and from our institutions, and I want to thank each and every one of you for that. We saw the introduction, for example, of the COVID-19 laptop scheme, the doubling of the Student Assistance Fund, emergency funding for access offices, and the Mitigating Disadvantage Fund for the very first time ever, that dedicated fund. We saw an increase in wellbeing funding also playing a key role. I welcome the positive feedback on the funding received in the current academic year, and I'm here to invite you to keep that feedback coming, and I really look forward to hearing about your discussions here today. I'm also delighted to see additional ring-fenced funding from the dormant accounts this year to support traveller participation in higher education. This will have a direct impact on travellers in their journey through higher education, and I'm pleased to say that projects have now been agreed between the institutions and the Higher Education Authority. Wide-ranging activities are included as part of this fund, from individual supports to traveller education coordination roles in our institutions, to strategic approaches and supports at school level, as well as at other pre-entry activity levels as well. It's important that we capture the learning from this very unique targeted measure, and we look to build on it and grow it and go even further. Along with the COVID-19 specific initiatives, I'm ambitious for our permanent fund of €40.4 million, the programme for access to higher education. This has the ability to make such a real difference and to increase participation. The three strands of the programme will have a direct impact on reducing barriers for members of the traveller and Roma community, including the awarding of bursaries of €5,000 per academic year to the most socio-economically disadvantaged students. As you know, with the Higher Education Authority, we're now currently planning the next National Access Plan. And I want to thank you for your input to the National Access Forum. And I'd really like to ask you to spread the word about a public call for submissions, which is open now until the 18th of June. We want to hear from everybody. And the aim now is to have a new plan published by the end of this year. At the student consultation on the new National Access Plan last week, we had an opportunity to hear from students from both the Traveller and Roma communities. These students, through grit and determination, have overcome challenges to realise their educational ambitions. I want education at third level, be it a university, a technological university, further education, college or an apprenticeship, to be an achievable aim for every single person in this country. With this new department, this is a time like never before, and one of my key goals is to create a connected third level system where everyone gets that opportunity to reach their full potential. A quick word on apprenticeships, because just last month I had the honour of publishing our new action plan on apprenticeships, and I'm delighted to say it's a really ambitious plan. We want to see 10,000 new registered apprentices every year in Ireland by 2025. And we also want the public sector to step up and significantly expand the number of apprenticeships across the public sector. There's huge potential in this area, not least in securing more apprenticeship for underrepresented groups, including women and including traveller and Roma people. The programme for government contains commitments to, amongst other things, review SUSI eligibility criteria, adjacency rates and postgraduate supports. And the review of the student grant scheme is now well underway, and it's due to report to me in the autumn. And if you are a student, there's still time to make your voice heard, because our survey is open until Wednesday the 19th of May, and I'd love you to send us your views. Before I finish, a word on the National Traveller Education Strategy. Rest assured, I will work with ambition alongside my colleagues in the Departments of Education and the Departments of Children, Disability, Equality and Integration to improve access for traveller and Roma communities to further and higher education. I'm determined that we get this traveller education strategy done and that we get it right. Finally, I'd like to congratulate all concerned at Pavy Point and at the National Traveller Women's Forum and other traveller organisations for working so collaboratively and engaging with all the crucial partners to create a space for reflection on what are the key priority areas in the coming 6 to 12 months. We must now work harder than ever in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic to ensure we continue to help students to transition and to succeed in further and higher education. I really look forward to working with you on that ambition. I wish you every success with your event today, and I really do look forward to receiving a copy of the report from today's events in due course and working with you in partnership, because we have an awful lot of work to get done together. Thank you very much.